What's good, y'all? And it's Cozy Joe, and today we're going to be reacting to another Jubilee video. It is 5 pastors versus 2 atheists, secret atheists. So, this is a special guest. Her name is
McKaylee.
And she was in one of my older videos back then. Make sure y'all go ahead and check that out. I'll put the link in the description down below. But without further ado, y'all, like and subscribe and enjoy the show.
I'm a pastor.
I'm a pastor.
I'm a pastor.
I'm a
He's
pastor.
not a
I'm a pastor.
I'm a pastor.
I'm a pastor.
No.
This one kind of slap.
So what about an introduction to start things off? My name is Jay. I'm an Episcopal.
He's not a pastor, bro.
Pastor, non-denominational.
Dominic, Lutheran pastor.
Paul, youth pastor, SPC.
Paul wore a whole suit, and I was like, oh, maybe he's overcompensating. Like, I don't know what a pastor would wear on a Saturday. Maybe it's this suit.
So I'm Zach, former Calvary Chapel pastor.
He seems like a
and now,
pastor.
fully Calvary guy.
Whoa! Yes.
Yeah, hence the tattoos and stuff.
My strategy is going to be this idea of like really trying to just hear the heart behind like why people are pastoring.
Daniel, also youth pastor, non-denominational.
He's not a
He's
pastor.
not a pastor.
Largely non-denominational, kind of all over the place over the years.
I mean, I have a question, like education. So
Wait, they didn't get some of the
degrees. I don't know.
Seminary, theological studies.
Okay.
That guy right there. They didn't get him.
King's College as well as Oxford University.
Yeah. Was that like an MA or was it an MDiv or
You're
what?
drilling me in.
I know.
Absolutely drilling you in, dude.
No, your turn.
Oh, my turn.
Your turn. Yeah,
Yeah,
man. Give it to him.
So I'm in an MA program at Western Seminary currently.
I went to Calvary Chapel Bible College.
Come on, dude.
And then did the Veritas program, so degree in
What if they're
theology with a
friends?
focus in biblical studies.
Oh, sweet.
Faking it.
I actually, not really a formal institution, but grew up in such a rural area. There was just nothing for so far. So almost more like an apprenticeship kind of context. Tiny town with tinier towns around it. So we all would kind of come to the same Lutheran church primarily when I was studying.
What kind of Lutheran church?
Again, such a small area that just Luther. There's so few people to get
Generic
in.
brand.
Yes, generic. Run of the
I don't know.
mill.
Like that.
Immediately, I thought,
I
well,
feel
she's
like
a Lutheran pastor.
he might
she would
be
definitely
a
say which
atheist.
denomination.
He looked like an
What
atheist.
town did you grow up in?
These were atheists?
I
Upper
think he's an
Michigan,
atheist.
actually.
Don't he look like an
What
atheist?
town?
Near Marquette is kind of one of the big
Just because he
cities around
questioning
there.
it.
Gotcha.
It's the one that someone would know.
And I've spoken very general terms. I don't even think she knew the city that she came from, but she knew the city that was next to the city she came from. And at that point, I was done.
You mentioned that you didn't grow up in the
Nigga,
church.
Mohawk.
More of that going around?
Sure. Okay, totally.
So I've been there all my life, was baptized at 7 years old. I don't think I really became a believer until I was 30, to be perfectly honest. I did it because I
too.
was brought up, and this is what you're supposed to do. You do
Felt
what they
that.
do, and what they say, and you believe, blah, blah, blah,
I'm
blah.
not a preacher,
So,
though.
yeah,
Right.
I got kicked out.
The
What I
God
knew about
dang.
Lutherans, there should have been a
Already?
very specific answer to that question.
probably
and
'cause
that
she's a
kinda
woman.
threw me off.
Probably.
All of them voted for her?
ANNA. Done.
Well, she didn't know where she was born at.
Woman's not. Check your bias. Bye.
She don't seem
Being
like
the
a
only
pastor.
woman in the group today was a little tricky. Obviously, not being able to always edge my way into the conversation was not able to present it in the way that I would have liked and that I thought would have been more effective.
I walked in.
I kinda feel
and
bad
I'm so
for her, I
happy
ain't
that there
gonna
was
lie.
a female pastor because they're the only types of people that are as rare as gay pastors like myself.
He an atheist.
Still new,
Oh,
where we're
I need to
seeing
be careful.
queer pastors and queer worship leaders and queer Christians. Tell me, you got kicked out for why?
I got kicked out. Well, I got kicked out because
Listen, I ain't trying to hate. My bad. But it's like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
I've never heard of a gay pastor. I'm gonna be real.
yeah, I never heard of a gay pastor. I mean, if you a gay pastor, hey, all power to you. But that's crazy. Oh snap! All right, let's resume. Don't cancel me, please.
I was in the church, and as I grew older in the church, I began to ask questions that to me were very obvious.
What was one of those questions?
Is baptism essential for salvation? You know, communion, you know, some of those, you know, battleground questions that oftentimes separate, you know, faith. denomination, Jeff?
I pastored high school kids for years, and I never had any of them asking me that question.
I want to know what everybody's ministry responsibilities are and what you're currently teaching through.
Yeah, so I'm an assistant teaching pastor, and so we're replanting, revitalizing. So I'm an elder and a teaching pastor.
I serve at a small Korean church in La Mirada, California, and I take care of the youth ministry.
So I'm kind of semi-retired. I also don't have a congregation, although I work with one. It's a little Episcopal church in San Clemente. I also have a weird job that I'm chaplain to a governmental agency.
Jay answered a question about being retired, what he was retired from. And after years of being in ministry or serving, I thought there would have been a culmination of his life experiences, and now he's doing a part-time assistant thing. And I thought, okay, so we've slipped into some unknown factors about yourself, Jay.
I don't pastor a church, I pastor pastors. So I work for a denomination, and I preach at different congregations every week.
I'm not in the pulpit right now, but I am teaching in small groups, conversations. There's a lot of dogmatic positions that are just generalized for Christendom.
So I have a question. I mean, when was the last time you were in a hospital room with somebody, and what comfort did you give them in a time that was critical?
Oh, I hate this question.
I think that someone who is in pastoral ministry, it's more than just preaching and teaching. I felt a question that would get at that.
I feel like he an atheist,
somebody
though.
gives the comfort and the peace of the presence of God would really indicate whether or not they were a pastor and they were involved in that type of ministry.
Oh no,
Last
just
time I was
real
in the
sus,
hospital
bro.
was not too long ago. It was I'd actually become almost a medical proxy.
I think it's
for a family friend's mother.
the gay one. I'm sorry,
she was
but I think it's
elderly
the gay
and was
one.
kind of going through, and it was
Same here.
very tender for
But
me.
there's
the
two
comfort that I
atheists,
gave
though.
was knowing that her family was nearby, and knowing that
And the old man.
beyond this moment, when she stepped out of
didn't talk
time
much.
into eternity, she would be in the place she longed to be.
I've only had to do it once, and it was very recent, and I hated it with every fiber of my being because it was for somebody that I loved, and it was a lot of waiting and quiet and very, very soft prayers and just kind of being there, and I'm shaking. I hated it.
Was that he was just trying too hard.
There we go. Perfect.
The way that he was answering the questions was very old school.
Dang.
Do y'all know Jesus?
Sorry.
Dang,
I
they
see
had to
what's
get the
happening.
nigga
First the
out.
woman, then the black man, the gay is next. I see what's happening.
What the devil? Me? I question everybody else left up
So
there.
what the devil?
Do they know Jesus? I know him.
If you think the mole is still in the box and you want to continue playing the game, please raise your hand.
Mole is still in the box, bro.
It's gotta
So
be.
let's start with the question of
Those
what
two
does
didn't raise their
atheism mean
hands.
to you?
You saw
I
that?
talk to my kids a lot about
Yeah, they ain't raised their hands.
more than I
It's
talk
a
about
real problem.
atheism, just because of the oversimplification of as an atheist, I don't believe in God. Well, it's well, what is God?
I go back to what Augustine the Hippo said, right? All hearts are restless until they find rest in God. An atheist is not the enemy. It's not just because you don't believe in the God that I love and serve. Doesn't mean you're the enemy. It means that you're restless in your heart and you're trying to search for meaning and belonging in anything other than God.
I'd be curious to know if anybody on the stage that did not have a real serious questioning time.
You start.
Yeah, go for
You
it.
are very quiet, and that's just a little sus to me.
What was the question?
You are the best
What brought
dressed.
you out of
so-
there?
I'm a little overdressed today. So the question was, have I ever wrestled with faith? To be honest, I wrestled more with calling, more than my faith. My faith, once I had an experience, an encounter with God out of drug addiction, my faith was pretty much
Drug
pretty
addiction.
solid. But with the
He doesn't
calling,
look
I think
like
I
it.
wrestled countless amount of times. In high school, my parents decided to split, and that's when I really went on a frenzy with drug addiction. I struggled with crystal meth, from my junior year. I think that's what really put me to the pit of my life, the most rock bottom of my life, and the only way I could go is to look up.
So I have a question. How do we feel about eschatology?
Well, we're amillennial.
You're on millennial.
I don't know what that is.
So,
Okay.
yeah, we are in the end times.
Yeah,
We were the second
totally.
Jesus said it was
Yeah,
finished.
I have a lot more openness to the on-mill position than I did. Growing up, Calvary Chapel was hyper dispensational.
Yeah, and this is really, I'm
hyper
this is such a
dispensational
sensitive
pre-mill,
subject
you
for
know?
me because of the sensationalism.
Because of your background.
Right.
Yeah.
And so on-mill, that's okay. It's cool.
Hey, I don't expect the end time anytime soon.
Oh man,
I
yeah,
sensed maybe a little bit of woundedness that he was putting forth, and wondering if maybe that was part of what he was using as a mask.
What are you
there.
talking about? Oh.
He said he felt.
I won't lie to you,
woundedness?
Jay looked super familiar, and I was banking on him being a paid actor that I had seen in something before.
There was a tie. The tie is between Jay and Daniel. I will give you each on the clock 30 seconds to state your case.
You know, I don't know what to say except
It's you,
that
old man.
I
You
think
need to
we
get
should have-
out.
I should have not voted.
I think it's
for
him.
the
Just the
for
fact that he's
redo.
old.
Other than that, you know, went to seminary 85 to 88, MDiv, Episcopal priest for our 35 years.
Atheist, bro.
I thought what was going to do me in is I'm really liberal, and you guys just killed me on that. So that's basically it.
I know what to say. I am a pastor. Please don't vote me out. It's as simple as that. I know that I've been ordained for a bit, and I'm in this like new congregation I'm really excited about. And the reason that I actually came was because I heard that there was some cash, and I was like, I really want to take the kids on like a cool trip, and so I really want to like split some of this cash for the kids in the youth group. So that's why I'm here, and I don't want to get voted out. Also, don't be homophobic and Jew.
I was a youth pastor, man. Like, we had budgets for that kind of stuff. Like, I didn't used to use my own personal money.
I definitely saw the heart
Yeah.
in Jay, and I felt like Daniel was more of a presentation.
I still think it's Jay.
And plus, bro cussed. I mean, not saying that, you know, ain't nobody perfect, but
Called it.
If the lights turn green, that means the mole
I
is
think
out.
it's gonna be red,
You win.
man.
It's gonna be
If the
red
lights
because of
turn
Jay.
red,
Mm-hmm.
means the mole is still in the box.
Jay basically said that
3,
y'all
2,
got me.
1. Yeah.
Nice.
He was just keeping it in the buck. Bro was
I
keeping it in
went
the buck.
strictly to Jay's
The moles,
throat.
please reveal themselves. 1, 2, 3.
Wow.
He was kind of obvious.
But
The lady, I kind of just.
Oh yeah. my
Them two was kind of obvious.
Absolutely.
I didn't even like
Absolutely.
him.
Yeah.
Calvary Chapel, all of that was real?
I do have a degree in theology from Calvary Chapel.
Got it.
A big part of it was a personal desire for knowledge and understanding of my own existence. So that was really what drove the course. And I wanted to feel like I was doing everything I could to get those answers.
So I have actually worked in the church for about 8 years total as a pianist and organist on and off. So I had a lot to draw from.
Here's what got me as a Lutheran.
I know what
there
it
are
is.
no general Lutherans.
Yes. Yes. That got me.
Well, no, that really is the thing. Though, is I'm from such a loosely populated area that really is the case. Is there's so little that even brings people together. There's a lot of churches that are people who are strongly Catholic, strongly Lutheran, that will all be in the same place because like a whole town will be like a gas station, a corner store, and 10 houses.
So we are very much in a turning point in the community when it comes to queer individuals in Christianity. Even though I do not subscribe to Christianity, it's great to see at least a portion of this community that has such a large history of having a negative agenda towards us as a community, opening up their eyes, admitting their wrongs, apologizing and seeking reconciliation. And I think that it can only, you know, get better so long as they continue to move on that track.
Pastors
talking about
actually
gays or
think a
Christians?
little bit more
think
deeply
we're talking about gay Christians.
people and their condition of their soul. And I,
I
really
don't even know.
hope
Bro
that,
just saying a whole bunch of
those who
long
view
words.
this would actually seek out that type of spiritual direction as well.
Make it rain!
Oh,
All right. Okay.
That's wild. That's wild.
So I got one of them right. Who do I think the other one was?
The gay one and the old man. We both thought the old
Oh
man.
yeah, the old man. Just the fact that he was old, I kind of thought it was gonna be like a trick.
Yeah. But he really just keeping in the buck the whole time. The woman, I didn't really expect that though.
I didn't even think she was gonna be the first one to go.
I thought she was gonna hang in there for a little while. Oh snap.
She does look like a pianist. Pianist?
Yeah, something like that. Pianist or organist, something.
Organist.
I don't know. It's something, bro. Alright, y'all. So I hope that y'all enjoyed the video. Yeah. John, wow. What's your thoughts about it? What's your thoughts?
I kind of figured the gay one was fake. The woman I thought was real. I thought the old man was fake.
Yeah, I thought the old man.
Just because he was old.
Yeah, that's really it. But really, he was just keeping in the buck the whole time. Now the gay one, I mean, no hate towards gays, but
I kind of figured.
yeah, I kind of figured. I mean, that should be an obvious one right there. But anyway, y'all, hope that y'all enjoyed the video. Make sure y'all like and subscribe. And yeah, let me know y'all thoughts about this video. Anyway, y'all, love, peace, and chicken grease. Cozy Joe's out. Peace.